February 27th, 2000, just 3 months into the start of her 110th year of life, God gave Della Woodward Chapman her wings. Grandma, a tall, slender, regal, brown-skinned, silver-haired woman who always walked proudly and confidently, was now gliding gracefully to heaven to be with her Lord. Born November 26, 1890, in Thomasville, Alabama, she was one of 10 children born to the union of James Bradley Woodward and Susanna Winston Woodward. Grandma completed the 9th grade in a one-room schoolhouse and later taught in a one-room schoolhouse. This was just the beginning of her life of service to others. Later, she would become the devoted wife of William Chapman and dedicated mother, raising 5 children. When she relocated to Buffalo, New York in the early 60s, she made her mark in the community. In the face of adversity and then becoming a widow, she pressed onward. As a spiritually strong woman and matriarch, she not only counseled, encouraged, and supported our family members, she took that same love, zest, and zeal out into the community by serving the elderly and the sick and providing that oh so grandmotherly love that was needed in our community to the children. Despite our family's concerns for her well-being, Grandma often arrived to her destination on foot, well into her 90s. She would get there no matter the weather, the time of day, or the length of journey. Grandma, when she set that agenda, she met the agenda. You see, no thing or no one inhibited her. And this likens itself to that stubborn courage in Rosa Parks, that perfect ingredient that bubbled to the surface at the perfect time, an action taken that mobilized a national movement. Many of Grandma's miniature crusades were of this caliber. Now, in addition, she was a griot in her own right. Many of Grandma's stories were thematically filled, and they taught me, as well as others, about what was right, doing the right thing, standing up for your rights, getting to know your roots, getting a good education, and most importantly, getting to know the Lord. One of the most memorable stories that Grandma shared with me, that I often share, is the story about my great-great-grandfather, Richard Winston, who was enslaved, and by God's grace, he lived to see his freedom. Now, Grandma sharing some of these treasure-filled stories with us was her way of teaching us about our family's rich legacy, about our long line of a strong folk, and about giving props to our ancestors. Now, beyond the mastery of the oral tradition was her mastery of the action tradition. You see, Grandma's actions spoke much louder than her words. She always carried herself with such grace and dignity. She always extended a helping hand, and she always demonstrated how to be a faithful follower and servant of Christ. Her strong presence commanded respect. That faith and pride in action proclaimed, I am somebody, and my reflection in the eye of God is no different than that of anyone else. And as a result, she received that respect from folks from all walks of life. Now, if you look in my dictionary, you will see Della Woodward Chapman listed under Shiro. And although she had no major movement on a national platform, her legacy perseveres in the lives of those who are touched by her spirit. And I will forever be grateful to her for guiding and lighting my path positively. And I vow to carry her torch forward